Welcome back to Hardcore Ultimate Iron Man. Last time, we defeated Ranus Draken. And we're going to continue the momentum here with the Mire Key with the next quest. Talking to Veliaf here in Sleep. He is a long way from the hideout on an investigation. There's something strange going on here, and he suspects the vampires are involved. We can help, if we have the time, of course. Start Sins of the Father. There's an illness going around here called the Sleeper Plague. Those infected fall into a deep sleep, never to wake. Mauritania has plenty of odd afflictions, but this is something else. It's not the first time this illness has beset Sleep. That is how the town was named, after all. And you suspect the vampires are involved? He does. The first victim was Lady Cromwick, who rules over this town from Cromwick Manor with her husband. He's not been seen ever since, and the manor has been locked down. And vampires have been seen around the manor. They showed up at roughly the same time as the plague. And that does seem awfully suspicious. But why would they do this? Well, that's for us to figure out. Veliaf is going to try to figure out what's going on at the manor, and we need to find the source of the illness. There's many victims in the church here, so that can be our starting point. Marquis, prevail. We've got sisters. We've got a random ghost here, which is very comforting for all the ill people here. I'm sure that's really helping. We talked to Hamel the Jester. He's really worried about his traveling companion, Hanshin here, the latest victim of the Sleeper Plague. Any ideas how he fell ill? Not really. They'd just been to the pub for a quick drink, and on the way back, he collapsed. The pub, you say? The Rat and Bat, just to the southeast. He's not a drinker, but Hanshin always loves a bit of a drink. So you weren't drinking? Oh, he never does. Hanshin was having bloody bracers. Interesting. Let's go see if anything odd is happening at the pub. Carl, what ales are you serving? Cromwick's finest bloody bracer, that is all. How much? 99 coins. Where do you get these bloody bracers from? It's an old recipe of the Cromwick family. But where do they come from? Who's asking? I am. Why do I want to know? Does it matter? His supplier is a private individual who doesn't like people meddling in his affairs. So yes, it does matter. I represent health. What are you on about? Health and safety. On a routine inspection here. I need to inspect the source of your bloody bracers. I need to talk to your supplier. There's no routine inspections. Get out of here. I'll have a look around anyways. pretending to be with health and safety. Always works. Here is an almost empty barrel with Bloody Bracer written on the side. Since he's almost out, he's going to need to go get more soon. So we can follow him. Looking very fancy. All out. Time to go see where he's going. He's just going on a stroll. And we are inconspicuously right behind him. What are you hiding? We need to stay nearby, but not too nearby. He can turn around and try to spot us. So if he sees us, the jig is up. Hide behind this door here. He's suspicious, but we're too sneaky. He's walking over that way. No time for chopping down a tree. So we're going to hide behind this one instead. Our cape literally is made of glowing lava. You'd think would be fairly noticeable. But here we are. Hide behind this tree. Ooh. He's over there now. We're behind the tree? Yes, we are. Now he's going into the graveyard. Oh, he saw me. Probably should have followed him a little better, since he turned right there. Well, let's get back to that part at least. Here we are. Turn around, Carl. Head into that graveyard, Carl. Sneak, sneak, sneak. And he's going down into the dungeon. And we're following right behind. What are you doing, Carl? Down in here, he's meeting up with a strange figure here. Croy. They need more Bloody Bracer again. Do you really have to come all the way here to tell me that? Somebody's been poking around about the Bloody Bracer. They're not from around here. We're snooping, asking questions. And he decided to come here? What if you're being followed? I thought you'd want to know. Fool, Carl. You'll jeopardize everything. You didn't need to help. Your predecessor didn't want to help either. Perhaps you remember what happened to him? Back to the pub, Carl. I'll send over more Bloody Bracer soon. In the meantime, try to be a bit smarter. Fine. And there goes Carl. Goodbye, Carl. And now, another meeting. We have Vanstrom and Damien, who has something to show him. Vanstrom, meet Croy. Greetings. Barely even a proper juvenile. Hang on there. He doesn't look like much, but he has lots of knowledge of herblore. Croy, explain. Deep within the sanctuary, there's a recipe for an elixir. The sisterhood that built this place call it the elixir of everlasting. Those who drink it have their lives extended, but they're put into a deep sleep, never to wake. The sleeper plague. So that was all they're doing. Recreated the elixir, and with a quick test on Lady Cromwick, they're giving it to the citizens. Hide it in the beer. They have no idea what's happening. And while they sleep, they are tithed. The sleepers only need a fraction of the blood normal human needs. More tithes than ever before. And who gave you permission to do this? The nobles of Darkmire make their demands. Someone has to meet them. And it's not you. Venstrom is in charge of the blood tithes. And he alone decides how they should be done. The nobles are tired of inaction. He saw an opportunity, and he took it. Lord Dragon should thank him. The ingenuity is definitely there, and the elixir has great potential. But you're being reckless and attracting attention. The Marquis? Don't worry about that. He doesn't fear the Marquis. He doesn't need to. But you, Damien, should be very afraid. You're out here all alone, with no support. You're a prime target. And they're right on your doorstep. The Marquis are already here. And the one that killed Rannis is among them. You are in a bad spot. We need to get some more support in here. Nope. You defied orders by doing this whole thing. The consequences are yours to deal with. Goodbye. And they're going to head upstairs after coming through that way. Hey, I'm here. How much did you hear, human? Enough. Alright. We must fight. Yeah. I'll kill you. And here we go with Croy. He's got magic attacks. And all that. He got some melee attacks. Could have potted before we got in here. That would have been fine. And also he's technically vulnerable to non-Avandis attacks. We're just using this for everything else here, so inventory space purposes. He's got weaker melee attacks, stronger magic attacks. That's what the prayer's for. We got chivalry going, because we don't have piety still. But this is a very winnable fight. He also throws that vial, which makes a strange pool, which lowers your stats when you stand in it. So, don't want to do that, obviously. But this is just the first fight. It is going to be a time here. And we missed the potion. And only weakened us slightly. Not a huge deal. Croy. We just hit a 33. And he's gone. Let's destroy this lab so no one else can continue his work. I smash the table. Smash another table. Very good. Let's go inform Velief. Just pop outside the dungeon. And here he is. Very good. You were right about the vampires. They were indeed causing the plague. And I have dealt with it. This will stop any new cases. Also, Venstrom was here. And another vampire named Damien. Damien Lacurte. Unknown quantity. Velief did some investigating at the manor. And also saw those two vampires. Going through all of the information about how Damien is all on his own here. And the bit about the nobles demanding more blood. Demand exceeds supply. And that's not good. To go behind his boss's back, though, this is a bigger situation than we thought. So our next move is not quite as exciting. The manor has been overrun by vampires, and Damien, the leader. He also did some spying, got a bit of their conversation. Venstrom wasn't happy. That matches up with what we heard. They were also demanding more time from the werewolves to get extra blood without permission. And those are probably the werewolves that attacked me at Patadermis that one time. And things are even worse now. So we need to investigate the werewolves. We could use this unrest to our advantage. We'll deal with Damien later. Without Croy making the bloody bracers, it's not a huge deal. Time to go. To Patadermis. Marquis, prevail. Here is Drizzle. Talking about the Wolfbane dagger, because of course we are. But that's not really what we're here for. I've made it here in one piece. Mauritania is becoming more dangerous by the day. Velief has already, well, has not filled him in. He was waiting for us to get here. So let's get started. We did our whole investigation around sleep. They are Zamarakians there. But we figured out the vampire involvement. Trying to increase blood supply. And Vanstorm wasn't happy. Drizzle has also been seeing strange things around here with the werewolves. When we were ambushed a while back outside the temple here, Ivan and Drizzle decided to keep a closer eye on things. Everything died down for a while. Everything seemed normal. So we scared him off. But only for a time. There's been more reports of people going missing again. And much more people than earlier. Entire groups. Even some of the mercenaries have vanished. Of course, Varrock is still refraining from military action. And that's politics for you. It's definitely the werewolves. Ivan is keeping a close watch, and they believe so. The disappearances have been taking place further up the pass, so it's been difficult to find any leads. But one has been found. A hooded figure mentioned a meeting in the haunted woods south of Finkenstrain's castle. Set for today. Sounds like we know where to head next. And where's Ivan? He went to spy on that meeting. And you let him go? There's nothing Drezel could have done to stop him. If he wants something, he'll go for it. We need to deal with this, not Ivan. We only found out about the meeting recently. And Ivan's still technically a member of the monarchy. He can look after himself. But he needs to be kept safe. Why is he so important? Ivan is special. The last in his bloodline. And what is that about? He's a living descendant of Avandis Sirges. Once Drezel is gone, Ivan will be the only remaining descendant of the 7 priestly warriors. And that's why you want to keep him safe? Not just that. But it's also a promise Velief made to Ivan's mother. We almost failed way back in the beginning when Vanstrom attacked the first base. Velief's not going to be around forever. It's time for Ivan to start looking out for himself. Drezel's taught him everything he knows. But we can deal with this later. For now, we've got a meeting to attend. South of Finkenstrain's castle. In the haunted woods. We should also not mention any of this to Ivan. We'll tell him when the time is right. If we want to get over to south of Finkenstrain's castle, that's very easy to accomplish. We use this fairy ring basically constantly to get to the herb patch here. So this will do nicely. See if we can find Velief over in this ring. There's Ivan. Perfect. What brings you out here? That meeting that you're here for. Drezel sent me? Indeed. Let's find out what's going on with this werewolf situation. And Velief. He's here too. Hey, Velief. For once, we get to a place before somebody else does. My goodness. We're here about the werewolves. But Ivan, you should head back to the temple. We'll take it from here. Don't worry. He can look after himself. But we don't have time for that. We've got Damien, 2 vampires, some prisoners, and some werewolves. Look who it is. Damien LeCourt. Thought you didn't like to associate with werewolves. Scared of getting mud on his pretty clothes. He doesn't appreciate that. But his threats don't mean anything out here. There's no Drakens to protect you. Not that that matters much at this rate. Rannis is dead. And all that Lord Dracan does is hide in his fancy castle. Vanstrom found about this little side venture. But what do the werewolves have for him? Nice family of 3. They were on a picnic, a bit too close to the salve. Don't hurt us, we'll do anything. 3? That all? Well, if you want more, you can go cross the salve yourself. There's been a setback in sleep, and a need to make up the shortfall. Need to bring more people next time. There's probably not going to be a next time. Won't be another week before the Marquis show up and murder you. Not even another day at this rate. We're done here. Yes, we are. Goodbye, Damien. See you later. Or not. Well, that answers our questions. The werewolves have been kidnapping people and bringing them to the vampires. And again, this was all a side hustle. We still don't know for sure why this is happening. We could follow them, maybe. Save that family. That's too risky. We can't be getting captured. Oh no, we're being captured. It is Vanescula. Get a nice little entangle going here. If she wanted us dead, she would have done it a long time ago. Not here to kill us. Here to talk. So, let's talk. We know who you are. Sister of Lord Dracan himself. And also a former sister of Uranus before we killed him. And here we are, the great vampire slayer. The funeral was very dull, so she's not going to thank us for our efforts. You wanted him dead? This was a big favor for her. Maybe I shouldn't have bothered. Oh no, that was exactly what we needed. Why are you here? She's going to make us a once-in-a-lifetime offer. To kill Lorneal Dracan. She doesn't have a chance to get close to him by herself. Well, we don't. We don't have a chance. But she can get us all the way to his castle. And why would you want that? Reasons. What reasons? Not right now. She wants us to go to the southeast of Mireditch to an old Icene graveyard. Bring all the Marquis there to meet her, where she will present her proposal. That does not sound like a great plan. Lure all of us in to wipe us out in one foul swoop. But she could have killed us all long ago, and hasn't. But she has some information that backs up her claim. Go to the basement of the inn in Berg de Rat. She could have us all dead before the day is out. There's more of us than you think. Is there now? Like the elusive leader of the Marquis doesn't exist. She knows exactly the members. And it's not as many as we would like to pretend. How do we get to this graveyard? By boat. And if we don't come to the graveyard, the whole killing us all bit. Yeah. She'll be waiting. Well, this isn't good. There are no other monarchy. That was all a bit of false hope, which we kind of dealt with the whole implications of that last time, but here we are. Yep. It was all for the good of Mauritania, he says. For the time being, though, we have more pressing matters. Venescula. Ivan, you need to head back to Patadermis. But he can't. He's a member of the monarchy, after all, so he has to come with. We don't have a choice here. The decision has been made. We're all going. Nothing can keep Ivan safe at this point. Until we deal with Draken, no one will be safe. This is our only chance. Our only choice. We'll just need to see what she has to offer. And if she tries anything, I'll kill her. What's the plan? What plan? We're going. We just need to escort Ivan to Berg Durat. He will be outside the temple when we're ready to go. And then we'll get to the boathouse to sail to the graveyard. Or not really sail, it's more of a rowboat. But still, you get the idea. Let's go see Ivan. He's right over here with all the mercenaries for Berg Durat Ramble. After all that work we spent getting him over here to the temple, we're now bringing him right back. Although it has been a while. We are sure to encounter all sorts of situations in the swamp. But we are ready to go. Let us depart. We are taking the long route here. We need to get over this bog. Very easy. We get a free knife, cut some vines, and we'll be over in no time. Convenient knife is convenient. Love to see it. One long vine to make a rope swing. Whee! And Ivan also jumps across. And we can continue. Next, we continue further south in the swamp and get our next situation, nail beasts. One of them is level 141, which is, my goodness. And of course, Ivan's going to go fight one of the nail beasts. Hopefully we have both of their attention here. Well, as long as they're dead, everything's fine. Not getting any nail beast nails. Sad. I was just gonna stick over there behind the bush, and honestly, that's probably for the best. You just stay out of this. You're level 63. As much as we're talking about him being able to manage himself, that even true? He's level 63. And he still just has a regular silver sickle. That's probably fine. Next up, we continue our trek and find. I would just leave. We got an axe. We can chop down the trees. Did you just leave? Oh, we'll continue anyways, see if he comes back. Wield the axe. We can add some logs. We might need to do this again, unfortunately. Weird. It's really not an issue. Do you just give up? There's no time for giving up, my guy. Oh, we're gonna cross the bridge anyways. We're gonna continue. See if this works. We keep escorting him. Yeah, it's fine. He was just invisible there for a second, let's say. Now I got some Vampyre Juvenates, who we will block right here and deal with. Tactical positioning to stop them attacking Ivan. Very good. They are level 119. And again, he's level 63, so that's no good. But a little bit of protect from melee, and we're laughing. If he's been learning a whole bunch of stuff from Drezel, you would think he would at least have some prayer levels going here. Apparently not, though. He's just wandering off. Yeah. Thanks for the help, Ivan. Very cool. Eh. Alright. Yeah. Regular enemies with no real mechanics. Not a huge deal. So we continue on. Finally making it back to Berg de Rat. Down to the boathouse. And we will follow. Here we go. Likely to our doom, but we go together. Touching, but ultimately meaningless. Everything ready? Renegade scouted out the graveyard. It's empty for now. Vanessa is waiting for us all to arrive. Safalan was gotten into contact via Polmaffy, and they will meet us there. Better get going. No point delaying. Hop in the boat, and away we go. To the graveyard. Here's Safalan. Finally meeting up with Veliath. It's been far too long. Although we all obviously wish it was under better circumstances. And we're also here. Things in Myrditch are as dark as ever. The Firewatch are obviously very keen on finding them. And the tithes have continued to increase. There is that glimmer of hope, though. The vampires are being a bit cautious now. Now that they can be killed. Feeling some real fear, clearly. They're also getting more support from the people. The Myarchy. Spoken loud and with pride. But that's not helping our current situation, of course. Vanescula. Very dangerous. But it's really our only chance here. Vanescula would be unwise to try anything while we're here, at least. We're getting promoted again. We're now a lieutenant. Oh boy. Like, we're literally the one that does everything here. But sure. There's like a handful of people in this entire organization at this point. Thanks. No time to celebrate, though. We're ready. And here she is. And here is the 8 of us. We're all here. Your move. Why are we all gathered here? She has an offer for us. We haven't done a bad job killing Ranus. Pretty impressive. Unfortunately, the true prize is still not in our grasp. Laurential. So she's here to help us. Kill him. Long ago, Mauritania was known as Halavale, ruled by the Ceradominus Icene race. But then Laurential came along, taken over by the vampires, and renamed this whole area Mauritania. And that was the worst thing that could have happened for the vampires. Her brother was a great conqueror, but a poor ruler. And now their society is collapsing. The Darkmire nobles and their whole blood ties situation. The number of humans in Mauritania is constantly decreasing, and the number of vampires increasing. There's not enough blood to go around. And through all of this, Lord Draken is absent. He doesn't like to show his face, but at this point, it's like he barely even exists. He just spends months in his chambers. And she wants to take his place. She wants to return the situation to what it was long ago, where humans and vampires lived together in a great empire. Mauritania would be a land of peace and prosperity. Or we could just kill all of you and take Mauritania back permanently. But then one of the other vampire lords would just take over instead. Although, realistically, we could deal with that too. Unless we're gonna go full genocide here, we need a better strategy, obviously. How about you just kill your brother? She could, but too many in Darkmire still follow him. It'd be a lot easier for her to take his place if she's not responsible. We're going to be the scapegoats. But we'll also be heroes. And we'll get rid of him. Or is she going to just kill us all when we're done with this? It's not the best plan, is it? But We'll never even get inside the castle without her. This is our only option. And if we decline, we need to leave Mauritania immediately. Or die. And how would you get us in the castle? That is the plan itself here. We pose as prisoners. She escorts us to the castle. And then, rounding up all of the monarchy is something that Lorraine will not be able to ignore. And then we get inside and kill him. Nice plan. Veliaf doesn't like the idea of working with her, though. Don't be too hasty. Think things over. While she has a private chat with Saffalon by the large mausoleum, there's something to discuss. There's nothing we can do to stop her, clearly. But he's going to send us, too. Just in case Vampyre tries something. Fair enough. Saffalon Hollow. An interesting name. Do you know where it comes from? It's a common name in these parts. The name of an old ceremonious ruler. Spot on. The family of Icene that ruled over Hollowvale were the Hollow family. And the name of the region is no coincidence. We're just surprised that Draken didn't rename the whole place Drakenvale. Not really his style. But why is this important? Is it not strange to share a name with the former royal family? No. It's perfectly ordinary. But you are not ordinary, are you, Saffalon? What do you remember of your childhood? Nothing. Apparently, this all goes back to Vanstrom. And connects to Saffalon's powers. Vampyre knows many things. But go on. What do you want? Everything will become clear when you finish your story. He used his powers to drive Vanstrom away at a high cost. He remembers nothing of the event or anything before it. The only thing he remembered was his name. Now, why are we having this conversation? This is no normal graveyard. It's the graveyard of the Hollow family. Every member of the royal family was buried here. Queen Ephraite Hollow had this mausoleum built to house her and her human husband, King Skirtes Hollow. And inside, we will find the truth that Saffalon's been searching his whole life for. We wouldn't believe the truth if she just told us. So we need to look inside the mausoleum. But the door is locked. So unlock it. It's a very interesting lock. We need to have total values in each row and column, match the numbers at the end. It's a whole situation. It's puzzle time. 7, 8, 12, 9, 11, 10, 5, 5. Yep. It's going to be complicated. We got stars. We got the stars add up the numbers. So here it's 5, and here it's 1. the biggest number possible here would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So here we have 12. That would mean either this or this. If we put the 5s here, that answers that. So that's a possibility. Here we have 11. We need 6 more. We need 4 more here. I guess that. Oh, there we go. Pretty easy one, I would say. But it is random, so you're going to have some that are easier than others, I suppose. Here's a coffin with a plaque on it. And it says, "Here lies Larinna Hollow, beloved daughter of Ephrate and Skirtis Hollow, and..." My God. What does it say? "Faithful sister of Saphalon Hollow." It can't be true. It can't be. Sorry, Saphalon, but it is true. You are the half-human, half-Icene son of Queen Ephrate Hollow. And he had a sister. And his powers are the powers of an Icene. It's a lot to take in. His mother and father aren't here, though. Where are they? Saphalon, no more games. Why have you done this? Just trying to manipulate him? Well, it worked. You want support killing Luriel? You have it. But where are my parents? The war was long and bloody. The vampires were winning, but with heavy losses. Luriel didn't mind that. There's nothing better than a noble battle to the death. Many didn't share that view and wanted the war to be over, including Rannis. Captured, infiltrated Ephrate's castle, and captured Ascurtes. And then Ephrate surrendered, walked into Luriel's camp alone, and handed herself in, hoping that Luriel would free Ascurtes in exchange. And he didn't, of course. She doesn't know what happened to the queen, but no one ever saw her again. Only Luriel knows. And Ascurtes, they needed a quick way to restore the vampires' numbers. And they turned to vampirification. And Saphalon's father was the first of many to be vampirified. Luriel turned him to a vampire. Not Vanescula. So here we are. What happens now? What became of his father? He still lives under a different name. And that name is Vanstrom Claus. We have no reason to believe her. But it's all the truth, according to her. Only we can decide what to believe. It's family. Alright, Vanescula, you win. We'll help you kill Luriel. But only if you do one thing. Saphalon wants to be the one to kill him. He will pay for what he's done to his family. And she's good with that. We need to go inform the others of the situation here. And here we go. Yep, the whole thing. The truth about Safflon's heritage. He's half Icing. It's pretty neat. It's quite the discovery. So we wanted to be alone for a little bit while he contemplates things. He asked me to speak to everyone. And we've agreed to go along with Vanescula's plan. Vertida knows what Safflon is like. And if Safflon has agreed to work with Vanescula, Vertida will go along with it. Safflon's made some mistakes, but he's still a good leader. This was not going to be a choice made lightly. Thanks, Vertida. We got Polmaffy here, who decided to work with Vanescula because of the truth. Feels like a bit of manipulation. Vanescula does not strike him as someone very trustworthy. There's clear holes in this plan. Just capturing us and bringing us straight there. There's really no mention of us leaving after that's done. And Vanessa could just kill us once we're done. So you don't support the plan? He does not. It's only going to result in our demise. We need to get everyone to agree, of course. Ivan's been thinking about the whole leader of the monarchy not existing. And he understands. We were on the brink of defeat, needed a little bit of hope. But now we have real hope. Lurnil's days are numbered. So, joining up with Vanescula? We don't really have any other choice, so here we go. Veliath is the one we're really going to need to convince. Clearly. Let's talk to Kale here. The plan is risky. Vampires are the enemies. She's a vampire. Though we take risks all the time, don't we? An unnecessary risk with Seraphina, and that turned out very poorly. But now, with so many other people gone, there's nothing we can do to bring them back. He doesn't blame Safflon, but he really does not like unnecessary risks. But this is our only chance. It's necessary. I can't promise there won't be losses. But if we don't succeed here, this was all for nothing. For revenge? For revenge. Right again. we're working with Vanescula. He thinks it's a good decision. We can't kill Lurniel without her help. But once we're done, we have no further use of her. We kill her, and Mauritania is free. Then another vampire could just take her place. That's what she said, and what she needs us to believe. Otherwise, the whole plan is a bust from her end. If Lurniel's the most powerful vampire, and we take care of him, what other vampire is even going to bother us? This plan is foolproof, clearly. So he's in. Talk to Pole Mappy here again. Have you changed your mind? He's not convinced about just replacing Lurniel with Vanescula. And we're probably gonna die. But Radagad has a plan to counteract this. We just kill Vanescula too. If we can defeat Lurniel, surely we could kill her. And if we can't kill Lurniel, it doesn't matter. We'll all be dead anyways. Still feels like a trap. But let's do it. Now we just need to convince Velief. He's not going to be a fan. Vanescula had a lot of knowledge about Saphalon. The truth of his origins. Icenic. And all that. Could it be a trick? I don't think so. It explains his strange abilities. Also his memory loss. And it has real connections. Saphalon's father is Vanstrom. He did not take us well. But we're going to work with Vanescula. We obviously can't trust her. She's trying to manipulate us. He doesn't support it. Everyone else has agreed. It's just you. All of them? They all have their reasons. And they seem valid. They can't trust Vanescula. Of course not. It's just necessary. He really does not want to work with her. But he's not going to abandon all his friends. We all get to die together. Let's tell that vampire that we're in. You've convinced us. Well done. Now, we can crack on. If we want any hope of defeating Lurniel, we need better weapons. The Avandis Flail? No. It's not bad, but it's not going to be good enough. The whole unpredictable attacks deal won't work if he just snaps the weapon in two before we have a chance to use it. Worked on Ranus, but he's much weaker. But Vanescula has a plan. We made this weapon using research from the Him Alchemy Laboratory. And we got help from her to find the laboratory in the first place, via her servant. She's got this all planned out. She doesn't know much about that laboratory herself, since Rannis is the one that set it up. But there's likely some more secrets there for us to discover. We need to find further research notes to upgrade the weapon. Back to the laboratory. And Safflon is going to join us. I know just how to get there. And he'll meet us there. I mined again in the mine to get over here. Continues to be a very nice way to get around. Mire ditch. Cephalon, hello. You doing okay? He's not even sure, to be honest. It's a lot to take in, of course. How do you mourn a family you don't even remember? And Vanstrom, the greatest enemy, is his only remaining family. Is there even anything left of his father in there? Hard to say. So let's not think about it right now. He's a leader, and it's time to lead. They all support you. So let's do this. He will not let them down. We need to go through the doors to the south. And he's fixed them up. He's got a knack for construction. One of his many talents. So let's get on with it. To the south. Let's get going. But we meet up with a mutated Bloodveld. Look out. He gets attacked. He explodes. That's what he always does. Killed him in one hit, though. That's pretty good. Oh no, another one. Oh no, we need to fight a mutated Bloodveld. Again, this is a fight where we could use a regular weapon. But inventory space. The Atlantis Flail is good enough. It's good enough. Cephalon, you are absolutely useless when more than one thing happens. I could have fought two mutated Bloodvelds. It wouldn't even have been a situation. But sure. He really needs to work on controlling this. But it's a whole thing. Not gonna worry about it now. I'm just going to slash this Bloodveld to death. Not a big deal. And then we can search this larger area of the laboratory. And it's gone. Very good. You alright? He's fine. Use your powers to kill a Bloodveld. Really needs control. They have helped quite a bit, though, so it's okay. It does make him lose his memories a bit, though, which is concerning. We will deal with that later, though. The son of Queen Ephriate. You're thousands of years old. And that's an awful thought. You should go get a walking stick. We need to do the heavy lifting on this one. Because of course we do. Since he is too weak from his magical explosion thing he did. I'll manage. I'll take a look around. See what we can find. It's a bookcase. We got some restraining tables and cages. Another book on Hame Alchemy. Perfect. Volume 2 even. Still can't read this whatsoever. So hopefully Safflon has some ideas. More research. Here you go. Let's get back to the graveyard. See you soon. And we're back at the graveyard. Belief and Vanescula have been chatting while we were gone. We've got the plan of killing her once her brother's dead. And she seems fairly confident that we wouldn't be able to manage it. She's no fool, though. The weakness that she's going to expose that'll help us defeat Lurniel will be her own weakness as well. She has many supporters, and she can get a whole bunch of them to group up against us all. It wouldn't be a fight. Large numbers, very honorable. She's not interested in honor. Honor matters not if you're dead. And she has no intention of that. And we're back, so we can get on with things. This research confirms what she has long suspected. Queen Vampyre was a renowned botanist. Breeded all kinds of plant life to use against the vampires. Of particular note was the blisterwood tree. The sap from that tree created deadly poisons to vampires. But the tree might have other uses. And the researchers at the laboratory thought the same. The bark of the blisterwood tree can create weapons that are deadly to vampires. It seems that the bark is still alive and grows in unpredictable ways, thwarting the whole immunity of the vampires. So we get to this tree to construct some new weapons. We don't really need a completely new weapon, though. The flail's still good. We'll just use wood from the blisterwood tree to enhance what we already have. Be quite effective. Once Lurniel is gone, Vanessa is gonna bring him to a new age. Peace and all that. And she needs the monarchy alive for that transition. We'll believe it when we see it. For now, we need to get to this blisterwood tree. And that is going to be tricky. There's only one, and it's in Vampyre's old Arboretum in the middle of Darkmere, the capital city of the vampires. Vanessa, how about you go get the wood? No. She's not going to touch the tree that kills vampires. We need to do it ourselves. How? Darkmere isn't as impenetrable as we might think. She knows a way to get in, but we need a disguise. Vampires have shape-shifting abilities and frequently take on human form, so we'll be able to fit in with the right outfit. Trader Sven has vampire disguises, and it should work. those disguises look more like Firewatch. We're looking more for a noble attire. Polmaffi can fix it up. Very good. So we just need a vampire disguise. And we'll be ready to go. And Polmaffi is back in the Mireditch hideout. But even once we have the disguise, there's going to be another step involved. This is all leading to infiltrating the vampire capital. And that's going to be a whole situation. Lots is going to happen on our quest to defeat Luraniel Draken. We will infiltrate and do what needs to be done next time. Goodbye.